It's Power 106, Teddy Mora, Melissa Rios, DJ Carisma.
Gang.
It is an honor. It is a pleasure to sit down with this legend early in the morning. And he's got a big week, this big day. Album out now, L.I.B.R.A.
Now.
We have T.I. T.I., good morning, King.
Hey.
What's happening with you?
We're doing good. We're guy. I want you guys to know that we're with royalty right now. You know,
Yes,
because the word king gets thrown out so much, but like this is really the king of the South.
Period.
Just so we know, these are big facts. T.I.
Yeah.
The biggest.
You know what you're talking about. I ain't going to stop you.
Okay,
Keep going. Why are you stopping?
We could go with entrepreneur.
Hey,
we could go with philanthropist.
This motherfucker spitting right here. You hear me? Go ahead, man.
Yeah, philanthropist.
Don't forget legend. Don't forget legend.
Rap superstar, megastar. I'm gonna say easily should be in everyone's top 10, if not top 5. You want to go there in the South? You already know what it is. What else does he do? He's a dancer. He's a poet.
He's an actor.
I heard he's really good on jet skis.
Hold on. I gotta stop you now. You done start lying. I gotta stop you. I ain't no goddamn dancer. You start lying. I gotta stop.
You can't dance,
I ain't
really?
no dancer.
You really can't
Nah, I don't
dance?
really dance.
You boogie.
You don't
Nah, I don't really
salsa.
dance.
You don't two-step.
I mean, I can two-step. I can, you know what I'm saying?
See, gangsters don't
You know
dance,
what
they
I
boogie.
Right. Well,
I can give you that.
listen, man.
But nah, I ain't no real dancer.
Okay. All right. The L.I.B.R.A. The L.I.B.R.A. The
I
album
can't
is
play
out.
basketball either, if that means anything. I ain't really good at basketball.
What sport are you good at?
Yeah.
Trapping.
Sport. Man, to be honest with you, I think kickball. You know what I mean?
Kickball?
Kickball.
What are we in recess?
Yeah.
No, you know what? Eric Bellinger has been having big kickball tournaments lately, so that might be kind of fun.
I think I need to play him. We need to play him.
Eric Bellinger, let's go.
Clearly, like after recess, T.I. he had other extracurriculars. He didn't get into sports. He had other things to do. And now we're here. We're celebrating you, man. I really want to give you your flowers, man. Like I said, you are one of the best MCs to ever do it, and you've been doing it for a long time, consistently at the top. Your album L.I.B.R.A. is out now. Make sure you go get that. And I love what the album stands for. Legend is back running Atlanta. Why was that important for you? Why did you have to say this?
I mean, man, the L.I.B.R.A. is important because, for one, this album, by all estimation, is kind of all over the place. You know what I mean? It's a lot of different songs that mean different things, that give different energy, and they speak from different perspectives.
Right.
And that's like kind of a characteristic of the L.I.B.R.A. You know what I mean? We like diverse, you know, kind of like analyze things, you know what I'm saying? Like just as much one way as we do another. So I feel like for the album to be called the L.I.B.R.A. and for the album to be like all over the place, an acronym was appropriate. And I feel like this acronym best represents where I am in my life, where I am in music, and what this album should mean, or what I would like for it to mean to the people.
Listen, I didn't even know you were into astrology like that. Like I had no idea, really.
The Libra
T.I.
scale.
And we've been following you for a very long time. I had no idea that was a part of your life.
My wife got me into it, man. My wife and my daughter, man. My daughter Deja. You know what I'm saying? Like every time they meet somebody, you know, like if I introduce my wife to somebody for the first time, first thing they'll say in the first conversation is, "When you were born, what's your birthday? What's your sign?"
Always.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a Gemini. Oh.
So with that said, what do you think is the craziest sign that you've had to deal with?
First of all, let me go about saying I feel like astrology or, you know, signs are like they're the foundational structure of your personality.
Okay.
But your actions, experiences, you know, the things that your decisions that you made are going to overrule wherever this sign says you're supposed to be. You know what I mean?
I never heard it like that before.
It's a disclosure for what he's about to say.
I mean, I think that the people who I say are the most difficult signs, I'm not saying it based on the sign. I'm saying it based on my experience with certain people who might have the same sign.
Which is what? I understand. What sign is it? Say it.
I was gonna say Taurus.
I'm gonna tell you, but all right. So check this out. I would say that Cancer, I have more conflict back and forth, with Cancer. But that because my wife is a Cancer, and I have that much experience. You see what I'm saying? Like,
right.
It ain't necessary. I ain't never really had no negative experience and no huge back and forth with other counselors that I know of outside of my
just
wife.
her.
Tauruses.
T.I. Melissa is a Taurus, and I've been telling her they're bullheaded, they're stubborn.
Yeah, it's very, it's an uphill battle.
That's
hard.
All right.
So listen, we could add astrologists now to the list.
I say that based on my experience.
Well, who?
With Taurus in she's my sister. Her name Hannah.
Shout out to her. She's beautiful. She's intelligent. Yeah. She's strong-willed.
Yeah, she's a beautiful person. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I love her more than I can say. But I'm telling you.
Yo, Tip, I want to go back to the album, the Libra. You said that every song, it's not that it's all over the place, but it represents a different emotion. And I know the single Ring with Thug is out. The video is out. It's
fire.
Super dope. The song is dope, too. No cap either. I wouldn't do that to a legend, man. I would tell you right now if I wasn't feeling it. I'm no cap. It's dope. What was because I hear the lyrics, but I want to hear it from you. Like, what place were you at with when you made Ring?
I think Thug and I were in the studio together. He asked, I came through while in his session, I believe, and we were talking about some conflicts that we were figuring out how we should resolve. And the song just happened. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things that, we spoke on in conversation.
You're not the type, yeah.
Or some of the things that, made its way into the record.
Also, on the song Pardon, you said something, and it really intrigued me. It said, moments in my past make me who I am. I don't run from it. Is there really nothing in T.I.'s life that has happened where you're like, man, I could have done it different, or I could have changed that? If I could, I would. Or would you just stick to everything?
But the thing is that hundreds of things that I could have done different. Hundreds of things that of decisions that I could have made that would have changed the trajectory of my life and career for forever. But we don't know what kind of effect it would have had. The butterfly effect, you go back in time and change anything, the ripple will have long-lasting effects on the future. Mm-hmm. So me seeing where I am today and where I have the potential to go in the future, I am so confident and proud of this, I wouldn't risk what I know to go back and change some shit that I don't even know how to affect right now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yo, T.I., I feel like we always, I myself, man, especially me, we always turn to you. Anytime something's going on, I feel like the reason I can hear what you say and really pay attention is because of what you've been through. Because the T.I. story is crazy. Like, you gotta admit, I know you live it.
It's a doozy.
Bro.
It's a doozy.
Like, from beginning to end to where you're at right now, is there a T.I. movie / maybe you're working on a show detailing your life? Because it's crazy, Tip.
It is, man. And the things that were not documented were even, like they solidified the stuff that you have seen, read, or that you actually know. They kind of, they make that even more unbelievable. All these things happen and this still happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think the most interesting part of my life, to be honest with you, the times before I actually
really
became T.I. Yeah. I think that starting where I started at, man, coming from Bankhead in Atlanta when nobody really cared about what was going on down here, when nobody really paid attention to what we had to say. We were not considered a metropolis. We were just a bunch of country motherfuckers down south that happened to do music. And coming from that, having no real guidance, direction, no finger to point me and where to go to achieve the goals that I aspired to achieve for myself, and all the trouble we got into, like all the times I could have died, all the shit I got away with that could have got me life sentences, all of that shit.
Man.
Rubber band man.
And in spite of all that, like at that time in my life, from 1993 to 1999, that period of my life, I was in the bottom end percentile of these are the percentage. This is the bottom of the percentage of people who are most likely to be in prison for the rest of their life, to die before 21, to be broke and derelict, and to be poverty stricken, and in spite of all that, I still made it here.
Man.
I think that is the most interesting part of my life to me. Although after that is just, you know what I'm saying, it is a wow factor in that, but I think my previous life is where I'm most interested in sharing, and I do have a series that I'm working on.
There you go.
Called Once Upon a Time in the 90s.
Okay, dope.
It's basically like my Wonder Years, Everybody Hates Chris, kind of like me looking back.
This is dope.
Yes.
Yeah, with me narrating, someone else playing me at 13.
That would be awesome.
Now, have you told anybody this was an exclusive? I didn't see this in my research, so I don't know if if I should have known, but I've
had conversations, man. Yo, go ahead. It's your exclusive. It's exclusive.
Go ahead.
It's
pumping you
now,
up,
T.I., do you think that based on those experiences, that's why you're so outspoken and you go and talk to the youth mostly, like go vote, your rights, and you do these things like giving out money up to the release of your album, and that you put in all the effort into the community?
I think, man, my experiences made me understand how insignificant a lot of the stuff that we really care about is.
Damn.
You know what I mean? When you survive like near-death experiences and you had brushes with the law where you could have lost it all and you didn't, and when you've been down before and you came back and you found a way to get yourself back up on your feet again, it ain't that serious and it don't be that deep. So I try to speak from a place of experience, like, hey man, I done been down before and the shit was never as bad as I thought it was at first. You know what I'm saying? If you just give it time and you just remain patient and trust in the process, just trust in the universe, you know what I'm saying? And even if it ain't exactly what you want it to be,
right,
it's not going to be as bad as what you thinking it is right now. You did?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I just try to operate from, under those principles, and I try to share that with the community and the generation as much as possible.
I mean, I'm hearing you say like brushes with the law or brushes with near death, and I'm thinking about from when I've known you, and like you explained, like there's a life before that, bro. There's way more that you don't even know about. So salute to you. Like I said, like you are a success story, and people do go to you for things, right? And I hope you don't mind me switching gears with you a little bit, because
Sure.
As outspoken as you are, you were influenced by other rappers that were outspoken as well. Right, and you don't shy away from touching on any situation, no matter how controversial it is. And this morning, or last night and this morning, Ice Cube is the topic of conversation, right? Him working with the Trump administration for the good, from outside looking in, of course, Latinos here, but for the good of Black Americans. He with the contra with the CWBA. What are your thoughts on that? Like the backlash that Cube got, because we know his intentions were good, right? Or so it seems. How do you think people are handling this situation?
Okay, well, first of all, I think people are being presumptuous and speculative.
Yep.
Tell me what happened. You say he worked with the Trump administration.
Right. So
tell me how.
Okay, so I'll tell you
Tell
this.
me what
So
Okay.
Cube has the CWBA, which is a policy plan for racial justice. He tried to work with both sides. Now the Democrats, they were lagging, they were dragging their feet on this one. They don't want to deal with it till after the election. The Trump administration, they were actually,
Open to make some changes.
Open to make some changes, whether it's genuine or not. They were open to make changes. Right? Trump's got a what does he call it? The Platinum Plan, where he wants to give money to the black community, HBCUs, and all that stuff. So it fits his goal in a way, right? Am I right so far?
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah,
Okay.
you are.
Okay. So, but from what I saw, like there's people, because we follow everybody. We're guessing the culture, but we're still in the culture, right? And we see that there's a lot of people in the black community that are upset. And like you said, they're being presumptuous. I'm just very interested because you go out and you say things all the time. And you deal with a lot of backlash and you handle it correctly. I'm just assuming, I just wanted to know what your take on that situation was.
All right, so it's three things. One, first of all, he gave it to both parties. And if the Democrats had came to the table and said, okay, let's see about this. Let's see what we could do with this. Then it probably would have been off the table for the Republicans.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So the fact that the Democrats said, you know what, we don't even feel like we need to even address this or even spend no time on this until after the election, which would tell me that we don't think we need you or this to win.
Right.
Okay? So if the Republicans see it and say, I might want to take some of this and put it into what I got going on. Like, that's not, if you have a bipartisan initiative, you giving both sides the opportunity to be involved, to add input to this initiative for the greater good of your people, and only one side responds, that's not Cube's fault.
Right. Mm-hmm. It's not.
Why are we mad at Cube because the Democrats didn't respond? We should be looking at the Democrats like, how could y'all let this happen? That's what I'm saying. If he brought it to y'all first and y'all had an opportunity to sit down and flush it out with him, why would you let them be the only ones that actually take the necessary steps towards some progression? You know what I mean? Now, that's one. Two, you got to understand your opposition. I understand what Trump owns. I understand, what the antics of the Republicans and the administration. I won't say the Republicans. The antics of the Trump administration.
Right, okay.
I understand it. You know what I'm saying? So I see how they politicize this. I see how they use this to their advantage. I see how they manipulated the circumstances to where it can confuse, upset, or divert black people. Take it off the table for the Democrats. But guess who let that happen, though?
Democrats.
It's not Cube's fault.
Mm-hmm.
And then my third thing, what you have to do is you have to give Cube the benefit of his reputation.
Mm-hmm.
If we ain't never known or seen or caught Cube on no bullshit, doing no tap dancing and bending over backwards for no white supremacists, why you think he just gonna start right now, 35, 40 years in?
Right.
Why? Like, you got to give him the credit of his credibility.
Right.
And if you ain't never known him to be on no bullshit before, why you gonna just automatically put him in the mix of some bullshit now?
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's just because of what you said, right? I mean, like I said, like my take on this, no one cares about my take on it, but I feel like the Democrats take the minority vote for granted. They don't work towards it. They feel like they got it in the bag, right? So, but no one cares about me. I'm not T.I. I'm not Ice Cube.
But is that point, that fact, that reason? If you can feel it, we can feel it,
right?
So is that reason why Cube came up with the contract for Black America? You know what I'm saying? And I'm the Democratic Party. If I'm running for president, I know that this is how these people feel, and I know that these people's vote is going to decide whether I win or lose. be the first to jump on that. I'm gonna say, hey Q, come on, let's sit down and figure it out. You know, I might not agree with all of it, but let's find the things that I do agree with, and let's figure out what we can do, how we can implement this into our plan, into our agenda, into our initiative. I'm gonna do that. Just based on my personal interest. Right. I know that if I don't do it, then he gonna do it, and I can't afford to let him do it. Because I know all of the diabolical, dastardly plans that he has, that he will kind of, you know, he going to stir the pot, put 10 on the 2. Right. He going to put the baking soda in it and turn it into way more than it really is. I know that because I've seen him do it. I've seen him do it with Steve Harvey. I've seen him do it with Ray Lewis. I've seen him do it with Jim Brown. I've seen him do it with Martin Luther King III. You dig? So, me seeing this and having this experience is going to make me take this off the table.
Yeah, listen, I appreciate you even wanting to have this conversation. We totally, because we know right now.
I didn't want to have it. You brought the shit.
You know you're right. But hey, listen, when you have one of the most influential people that I've seen in my life the last 25 years, I'm going to ask the question.
Right, because we want to know what he has to say.
Because I can switch it up. Listen, we gonna come back. I'm in.
You should.
I'm from the T.I. school of smoothness.
Truth be told, Polo the Don, who was the last to be manipulated by the administration. At least from my culture. Well, actually, before Q, the last before Q. Yeah. So I feel like they target, some of us come willingly, and others of us just get close enough in the flames to where we catch on fire. You know what I'm saying? But they reached out to me. Polo reached out to me and say, hey, Trump said he coming to Atlanta, man. He want to meet with you. He want to sit with you. What the fuck you want to sit for? What's going on? Like... He said he just want to talk to you, man. He want to talk to you really serious about doing what, you know, doing good for the black community. I'm like, what the fuck you want to talk about?
Word. So
Trump, I can't even sit down with you, bro, because I told him the only way I'm interested in doing it, the only way I do it is if you come here to expeditiously and we sit down and have a conversation.
You got to take care of yourself. You got to take care of home plate.
Everybody can hear what's being said
publicly. Let it be out in the open. Say what you say it with your chest.
I don't walk in no private, behind closed doors meeting with no hidden cameras, hidden microphones, and leaving you with all of the authority and the power to shape and mold this story to be whatever you want it to be. I ain't doing that.
Listen, I didn't even know Trump tried to holler at you, man. And I know we don't got too much time with you, so I want to ask a couple quick questions. One of them is on the top of my head. ATL2. I know the studio said it was going to happen, and then there was a pause on production. What's the status? Are we getting ATL2?
I mean, whenever Lauren want to do it, we doing it.
Oh, that's right. Queen Lauren.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
I want to do it. We doing it, man. You know, she been going through a lot, and she has been exemplary, an exemplary example at, you know, strength, resilience, and evolution. You know what I'm saying, of a black woman. And the last thing I want to do is bombard her with premature opportunity. Yeah. You know, ATL gonna always be there. That is the legacy of ATL ain't never going nowhere. So whether we do it today or whether we do it tomorrow or next year, she's still gonna be there. And whenever she ready to do it, I'm gonna see to it that it get done.
That's beautiful. That's a true friend, T.I. And also, you know, the L.I.B.R.A. album out now. Go get it. You got many albums, and what I love about you is you're not afraid to look back at your work. You're like, you can judge me on that because I'm still putting out great shit.
Sure.
Best album in your eyes. Don't give me They're All My Children. Don't do that to me. What is T.I.'s favorite album right now, though? Like, give me your favorite album.
The L.I.B.R.A.
And you can't say the L.I.B.R.A. because listen, I'm a fan.
No, you can't make the rules.
You can't make all these rules, Teddy.
Fair enough. The L.I.B.R.A. is the best T.I. album. Some might say T.I.
You know what's real special about L.I.B.R.A. too? Like that I really cannot wait to hear. You got your son on this album with you?
Yeah, my son and my oldest son produced it.
So did they put it together and be like, "Yo, Dad, you need to? This is the one right here. Can you jump on it?"
No, it didn't quite happen like that. Okay, so we was like just vibing in the studio as we often do. Saya was playing like, you know, some tracks that he been working on some stuff that he was, kind of proud of, and he wanted to get our take on it, our opinion. And Damani and I was just sitting there like, okay, yeah, that's dope. Yeah, that's dope. I like that. Maybe go back and adjust that, work on that a little bit more. And okay, this is fine. And I left to go somewhere, and one of the tracks that I said, yeah, this is super dope. I'm gonna fuck with this. One of those tracks. By the time I got back, Damani had put a verse on it. I said, oh, this motherfucker is trying to take this track from me. You know what I'm saying? So I immediately hopped on it. And after I did my verse, I think maybe a week or two later, he did another verse. I was like, damn, I got to do another verse? Okay, shit. So I went in and did another verse too. And that's just how the song came about.
I love it.
We didn't work together in the studio at the same time. And it was real organic. We didn't plan on doing it like that. Just after he did it, I said, well, I know he don't think he gonna rap on this motherfucker that I picked out, and I'm not gonna get on it. And then I did my shit. And during the time, it was just 2 verses. Everybody we played it for was like, yo, this shit is exceptional.
Love it, man.
And then so he did a second verse, and I did a second verse. And it became what it is today.
I love it. That's beautiful.
Some friendly father-son competition.
Yes, I love it.
And now it's on the best T.I. album of all time. The Libra is out now. Go check it out. Honestly, Tip, like I said, we met in person. We was on a Wildin' Out episode this past season too. So I will say, you are a legend, sir, and I hope you know that. And I know you teach a class at Clark Atlanta, but you should definitely teach a class on how to consistently stay great at the top of the game, and the bars never fall off. That is you, sir. Go get the album, The Libra, now. And thank you for having honest conversation and elucidating, all the situations that I dastardly asked you.
What?
I need you to define elucidating.
No, it's to explain and make something clear. So he elucidated a lot of rumors that were out and about. Right. T.I., whenever you need somebody to
when you said dastardly after elucidating, I didn't believe that you knew what elucidating was.
I had a plethora of words in my vernacular that I wanted to, just enunciate, but I got stuck. So what I want to say, Tip, listen.
Hey, instead of vernacular, next time you want to use the word vernacular, use lexicon.
There
it is. One of my idols, man. Whenever you want to take a break for Expeditiously and you need a guest host, Teddy got you. This is T.I. T.I. Greatest album ever. The Libra is out now. Go get it.
You dig what I'm saying?
Come on now, partner.
Thank you, sir.
It's the king, man.
Thank you, king.
Hey, hold on. This is my chain. Listen, bro. I just want to do that just because we were on here. I just wanted to do that. You have a good one, T.I. Nothing but love, man.
Thank you.
When this fucking beat drop, you already know what fucking time it is.
Now, check it out, y'all.